So the man with the current lead for second place in the Florida Republican governor's primary, James Fishback himself, is not only millions of dollars in the hole due to lawsuits from basically scamming his hedge fund and all that sort of stuff. He's also been credibly accused, of course, of getting with the teeny bopper, I think a 17-year-old intern in his thing called Incubate Debate. Okay, now that aside, he's also been doing a lot of stupid stuff, including the worst ads, not beating the allegations, and not beating Byron Donalds, not in a long shot. Now we have Mr. Fishback, who's bragging that he's having these teenagers vote for him. And if you listen to what they say, and you will soon, you'll know that they're not saying shit.
Hi, my name's Estella Francis, and I'll be voting for James Fishback.
And I'm going to be voting for Fishback.
I plan on voting for James Fishback.
Okay, so she looks up looking for approval from the camera guy, and she has no confidence in what she's saying. She probably didn't even know who he was. No campaign paraphernalia on her body. Pause.
3 reasons I'm supporting Fishback is
because he talks about raising teachers' pay.
That's a liberal dipshit type talking point. Like, what the hell are we talking about?
Support lowering our insurance premiums.
He's not taking money from APAC.
Why do we give a fuck? I get it, Groyper this, oh, the Jews run everything, and, you know, obviously that's a grievance that a lot of people have in Republican primary elections, but that being said, okay, it's 2026, and even still, we're not talking about a person who, in the case of governor of Florida, can really impact anything, whether or not you're taking money from APAC or not. Like I said, what the hell's the difference? And by the way, Byron Donalds gets money from APAC as a federal representative, okay? That's different than if he were a non-elected person that's millions of dollars in debt and is getting his wages garnished like Mr. Fishback is, and he's banned from 109 Waffle Houses. Now imagine that.
I think the number one issue that affects me in Florida is
people from other states move here and try to change our state.
A lot of building that's been going on. I feel like it's kind of getting out of control.
I think.
How the fuck do you grow the economy if nothing gets built? Fishback is like, oh, I'm going to ban the data centers. I'm going to ban so-and-so company from coming into the state of Florida. When the whole selling point for the state of Florida, as if you've seen the charisma list, not Jeb Bush, but actually this current governor, Ron DeSantis, speak ad nauseum about how businesses are going ever since COVID to Florida because of low taxes and all that sort of thing. Data centers are, like it or not, what's going to drive the economy. If you look at the 90s dot-com boom, what if Clinton said, fuck it, we're not going to build any computer centers or whatever the hell? What the hell are we talking about here? Florida, if Fishback were in control, assuming he's not lying about that, which doesn't even matter, it's a hypothetical really. It's like if Bulgaria won World War II, I mean, it's not going to happen. He's not going to be governor. That said, again, the economy would just fall apart because data centers, if they don't go to Florida, they're going to Georgia, they're going to Arizona. They are being built in Arizona. Okay, so the dimwits like in California, Vermont, wherever that don't accept this sort of capital investment, they're going to lose it all. And Fishback is only saying this cynically because he knows that populist idiots don't want their utilities to go up by, like, I don't know, like $10 a month. And meanwhile, he knows that he doesn't have to actually ban the data centers because he won't become governor.
The education here is definitely like a priority right now.
I think James' message is so important because
He really speaks for the people.
he's really bringing a sense of community back to Florida.
What?
Someone who's undecided, I think you should just vote for Fishback.
But if you're undecided, why would you vote for Fishback, implying that what you're like an independent and you're going to suggest that we vote for the far right Republican so-called? Why?
Vote for James Fishback.
James Fishback. She's lucky she's a 6 out of 10, by the way. All right, so Mr. Fishface is apparently touting this poll. Now, mind you, if you're touting a poll, you typically, in my experience, it's like, oh, Trump's winning by 5% in Arizona, and he did win it by 5 or 6 or 7. But you see Mr. Florida here leading in second place, by the way. He's bragging about this. He says 4 months to go, full steam ahead. Again, Florida governor primary poll, okay? We have Keystone Analytics, which I haven't even heard of before, and I'm a nerd, okay? Now, Donald is at 43, Fishback at 19. So if you add those two together, those values, accumulate to what, 62%? So how the hell is it mere months from the primary this current year in the midterm cycle, and we're talking about 38% of people being undecided? That's ridiculous. Plus, James Fishback, even if you take it at face value, which he's a fucking known liar and he's being adjudicated in court on that exact basis, wages garnished, he's poor, is Tesla, he tried to write into his dad's name or something, so it didn't get repossessed, and it did. Okay, so he's Tesla's less, and anyway, he's down 24%. At the face of it. So how the fuck are you going to make that up? Be it, I don't know, August or whenever the primary is. It just doesn't make sense, simply put. On top of that, by the way, he has 2 debate opportunities, which I will definitely have some champagne for, because apparently he's trying to school APAC Byron Donalds, and it's probably not going to work out. And by the way, debates in elections, for the most part, don't sway opinion either which way much at all. Assuming Fishback wins by a lot, maybe the numbers go, and these are fake, by the way, Fishback goes from 19 to, I don't know, fucking 24%, and Donalds goes from 43 to 38, something like that, okay? It's just stupid. Now, looking for the real ballers in the world of politics, we have the Kalshi predictions. And by the way, there's millions upon millions of dollars invested in this, as you can read here. And apparently, this primary is in August, so less than 4 months. And you have James Fishback at what, 19%? Oh, no, sorry, typo. It's a 9.1% for Fishback. Donald's at 84. Anybody who's been down in a primary less than 4 months out by 65% has never won an election. Prove me wrong in the comments. To make matters worse for James, apparently his odds of just getting second place, which I'll give him that, you're going to get second place in a very big state, very impressive, you're awesome, James. But look at that, 40% odds of becoming the next loser in the race, second place. Okay, a distant second, by the way. Jay Collins, who I don't even know who the hell that is at 34%. What the fuck is going on? Jay Collins, by the way, is polling at 5%, which is about half of Mr. Fishback. So what the hell? Now, this is not Fishback swallowing a load. In fact, he's apparently unfazed by hecklers supporting AIPAC. Now, why that really matters at state-level politics, I'll harp on this all the livelong day. What the hell are we talking about? You have no say on Israel at all, unless you want to say we're going to boycott, divest, and sanction Israel as 1 out of 50 states, which I think Netanyahu wouldn't even give a shit about in the first place.
We are not going to be dictated. We are
So where's the aura? He's just standing there.
not going to be dictated, and we're not going to be censored by people who disagree with us. If you disagree with us, that's okay. This is America, but we're done being called racist by the left and anti-Semites by the right. We love...
By the right! You sound like an 11-year-old on COD. And like one of those annoying tantrum ones. And by the way, he looks so small, the podium needs to be shrunken. He's a small man. I'm not that big either. I'm average size, I like to tell myself. And anyway, the point being is that he's not really addressing the concerns of the crowd. And also on top of that in particular, the guy's saying we're not going to get censored. Nobody's censoring you. You're on Twitter. You do whatever the fuck you want. Maybe there's a gag order in, against your hedge fund, but nobody cares about that either.
Our country!
What is this bullshit? He goes, looking like he's Garfield the cat. So fucking dorky. Aura-less. These glasses, fuck, what's that president? Harry Truman glasses, what the fuck?
American citizens like this. It is completely unacceptable.
All right, now we have Fishback apparently glazing a Muslim.
Teenager by the name of Muhammad Ibrahim. Right here from Florida, lives in Brevard County, would spend summers working at his cousin's ice cream parlor over in Tampa. He went to visit family in the West Bank last February.
He's looking for effect. They're not showing the crowd. There's nobody there. He's seeing ghosts like Sam Darnold. Again, you're running for governor as a white guy in Florida. Why the fuck do we care about whether or not something happened in the West Bank, be it on the Israeli side or the Palestinian side, okay? What?
The Israeli military alleged that he threw a rock at an armored vehicle, hurt nobody. They had no evidence to prove it.
Why do we care about this shit, okay? So Jihad James Fishback is doing what?
There was no trial. He was thrown in an Israeli military prison as a 15-year-old
Safa,
teenager, American citizen. Denied due process.
Wassad.
He lost 27 pounds and contracted scabies.
The fuck is scabies?
Why do we let other countries treat American citizens like this?
Okay, so as governor of Florida, you will do what exactly to stop the maltreatment of a Muslim who's clearly in his 40s now, 30 years ago when he was 15 in the West Bank? We don't give a fuck, okay? I'm not even white, but I don't even care. You know what I mean? Like, Israel, okay, that's that. This has nothing to do with Florida. You're going to say, oh, Mohammed bin Salman, he is a Floridian. And it's like, well, I thought you were America first. Do you think Nick Fuentes gives a fuck? Hell no. All right, now we have another example of the average Fishback supporter.
3 reasons I'm supporting Fishback.
Because he supports the First Amendment.
Giving the power back to the people.
He wants to help young families buy homes. It's America first, and that's super important to me.
Because we should not be spending our taxpayer dollars to go to a foreign country.
Number one.
Okay, aside from the aneurysm this chick is getting from saying the words that she was told to say by the Fishback campaign, probably, it's like, again, with this Israel stuff, it's like I'm like crazy or something. We don't give a fuck. Okay, talk about, I don't know, the water rates, the utility rates, immigration even is probably a bigger concern and something that the governor has control over to some degree with National Guard and ICE policy, sanctuary city policy, than obviously this garbage about Israel. Like, what the
Number one issue
Also, it's ironic because Fishback looks like a Jew.
that affects me is probably
Housing.
illegal labor.
Affordability and planning for a family.
I think overdevelopment.
You haven't decided who you're going to vote for.
Think about what matters to you in your day-to-day life.
Vote for the person.
Okay, but what is he going to do to fix it? Is he going to say, I don't know, like in the ads, he could have said, I support Fishback. He's going to eliminate the property tax. I support ending a grocery tax. I support the sales tax being cut. I don't know.
That has our best interests in mind.
If you want someone that's going to put you first, vote for James Fishback.
Was that one of his interns? Okay, now this is not really that offensive of a post, but it does offend my sensibilities as someone who likes to have a sense of humor. This guy literally says, as governor, I'll keep the Costco hot dog at $1.50. Byron Donalds, on the other hand, will raise it to $9 and pocket the difference. Again, what the fuck are we talking about here? How's that funny at all? And, you know, he's trying to appeal to middle American Costco moms and dads. And to that effect, I say Costco's overrated, number one. And number two, oh, the $1.50 thing. Oh my God, the fucking pizza bake pocket. Like, no one cares. And in addition to that, by the way, okay, so now he's saying that Donald will raise it to 9, which he's obviously kidding, and he elaborates as such in the replies to this post. But again, why are you promising stuff that has nothing to do with you? That's like if I said, I'm going to keep the Dollar Friday fries $1. It's like, well, did you know what are you, Ronald McDonald? You can't do shit, okay? You can't do shit about the West Bank. You can't do shit about immigration for the most part. APAC, you can't do shit about your court cases. You're losing all of them, in fact. You can fire your lawyer, but that just makes all the other ones not want to work with you, by the way. And I guess, by the way, you know, it's like, okay, so you can't afford a Costco hot dog or something? You're broke. Like, that gets to the bottom of it. You're supposed to be this early 30s, kind of Peter Thiel, Vivek Ramaswamy type, snake oil salesman, whatever you want to call those types. And by the way, you're supposed to have money to self-fundraise, given that nobody knows who the fuck you are. You're pretty nerdy looking, and you're short. And you have all these criminal cases, or civil cases, sorry, where you're defrauding people, and now you're out of money, and you're getting garnished. So, you know, next pay stub, maybe Greenlight Hedge Fund or whatever, the court of Florida is going to take that fucking hot dog out of your little hands, and you're going to have to take it. And Byron will put his hot dog down your electoral throat. Pause. All right, so as we're wrapping up the video, again, attacking Fishback for, I don't know, the 18th time, we do have some stuff that, I missed earlier. So apparently he's announcing his 1989 tour. Now, if you're not gay or into just very beautiful white women like I am, Taylor Swift has a pretty big album from 2015 called 1989. She was born that year, I think about twice the age of the last girlfriend Fishback had that he didn't have to pay for. Anyway, you have, the typical Jacksonville, Tampa, Deland, whatever the fuck that is, Boca Raton, Orlando. And this is all this month. In fact, he has an event in 2 days from now in Orlando, UCF. Now, again, super gay. What the hell are you thinking? He's trying to get the woman vote. Again, you should probably stay away from the barely adult, barely legal jailbait, okay? Those 18-year-olds, those girls think you're chopped and they're not going to vote for you. We'll look at the crosstabs when the election happens, inshallah. But on top of that, again, you're fucking gay. You're going to lose the frat vote. What are you thinking here, bro? This is not funny. Now, I'm going over budget with the time here, but apparently he, a few weeks ago, went on Piers Morgan, which again is the most Jerry Springer tabloid form of news you could ever watch, okay? It's, I don't even know how to relate to any other show. It's like the Maury Popovich. Anyway, so Drama Alert Keemstar, the drama merchant, the gremlin himself, he goes and he says Piers Morgan defends Sophie Rain, who's like a OnlyFans porn star, from a politician. Again, politician doesn't even put Fishback's name in it because it gets no clout, which is why you know that these videos for me are a passion project. I just hate the guy. But look, he's debasing himself, kind of, in a way, because you're trying to be, I guess, at least second place in this campaign, and meanwhile, you're debating 19-year-old porn stars about whether or not you're going to tax half of her income because you don't have an income and you're broke as fuck. That's the bottom line, okay? You don't care about porn, you're a pervert, obviously, and a lot of people are, but the fact is that you're trying to take the women's money, a lot younger than you, because, of course, you failed at life and you suck. Now, we've covered a lot of Fishback propaganda, but we're going to cover the Byron War Room. Hell yeah, brother. So anyways, I sound white. Byron Donalds continues to annihilate the competition, and it isn't even close. He will be Florida's next governor. So you have Trump endorsed, by the way. Trump endorsed. Biggest thing in the campaign, possibly. Byron Donalds at 46%, so not quite 50, but he's going to get there. And Collins, Jay Collins, we don't know who that is. And Renner, we don't know who the hell it is either. Fishback and a fishbowl, pretty apt, 4%, pretty pathetic, Very sad. And by the way, notice that the propaganda for Fishback is that, yeah, I'm second place, but I'm only 24% behind. Nigga, Fish, in the Byron one, he's up by 42. So, I mean, at that point, who's losing? All right, last thing I promise. We have James Fishback about a week ago. So before the most recent fake poll he posted, this is the H2H poll for Governor GOP primary. He says, "We are right on Byron Donald's bumper. Soon we'll hit the lights, pull him over, and check for drugs." Again, referring to the fact that he got arrested for, I think, bouncing a check, so defrauding a bank or something 25 years ago, whatever. And he was selling weed, again, 25 years ago when he was in his 20s. I don't care. I mean, that's like having a DUI, but probably a little worse. Like, come on, who cares? And ultimately, James Fishback has done much worse in his life. He might have not gone to jail because, I don't know, maybe the cops knew he'd like it too much. But we can ask Sheriff Judd if he has an opinion on that. Back to the numbers, though. Byron Donalds at 37%, James Fishback at 23%, Not Sure at 40%. Now, keep this in mind. Even in the polls that he's bragging about, he's losing by 14. It's like if you're a fighter or you're an NFL team, you're like, we did great last season. Here's where we only lost to the Bills by 5. Here's where we almost beat the Seahawks because the Patriots suck. Like, come on. What the fuck? So it's all loser talk. The guy's flailing, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. I'll see y'all in the next one. Comment down below what you think about the video. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want more content like this. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Adios.